Hypocrisy, hypocrisy, hypocrisy. Why are Nigerians like this? Why are Nigerians this hypocritical in nature? Why? Oh, is it now that Nigerians are waking up from their sleep? Is it now that Nigerians are waking up from their slumber to start talking about Dangote's pattern of unaliving people in Nigeria? Is it now? All right, talking about this unaliving of people through accident, like somebody said in this social media that he knows that accident is a natural phenomenon. Really? Oga, really? Is a natural thing? All right. Now, who amongst you in Nigeria have really questioned the source of Dangote's so-called wealth, in quote? Who? Who among you cared to know how this man made his money that made him the richest man in Africa? No one cares. Dangote have monopolized everything, virtually everything in Nigeria, which your government is helping him to do. I remember during the time of OBJ, Obasanjo, what happened between Dangote and Ibeto Cement? Till today, how far Nigerians, how much are you buying cement in Nigeria today? Which other Nigerian citizen have been given license to build a refinery in Nigeria? Since after Dangote's refinery came to be or came into place, what is happening? What is happening? If not that your politicians, more especially from the north, have been enjoying from NNPCL in Nigeria, this Dangote refinery would have shut down or closed down NNPC. But the reason why NNPCL is still there, virtually doing nothing, is because it is a means for them to siphon. Now, you are talking about the unqualified drivers of Dangote's company. If you have traveled outside Nigeria and see how people drive vehicles, you begin to wonder. Even people that their roads are smaller, tinier than the ones you have in Nigeria, you begin to wonder what is going on. You have unqualified, untrained, and ungroomed drivers driving Dangote truck all over Nigeria, unaliving people. Thank God that you guys are the ones saying it. That there are rules to the driver. Rule number one is when anything happens and involves somebody's life or any whatever, just run. The driver should just run away and leave the truck there. If the police come to carry the truck to their station, they know how to recover it and case closed. This has been happening. What about the aspect of transporting terrorists to every part of Nigeria? Dangote truck have been doing that job for years perfectly. And if eventually so many of them that were caught by vigilantes, not even the regular Nigerian police or military. No. Most of these trucks that were caught carrying well-armed terrorists from the north to any part of Nigeria were caught by vigilantes of those areas. And when they were caught, what will happen? Even to the driver, to Dangote truck, what happens? Nothing. Even those of you that called yourselves self-acclaimed human rights activists in Nigeria, that is talking about making Nigeria to work, making Nigeria one. You will talk until you wake up one day, you won't even know where your voice is anymore. It's not a cause, it's a promise. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Because there are people before you who have tried to fix Nigeria and discovered that Nigeria cannot be fixed. They decided to have their peace. Do you know why? Because if the equation in Nigeria is not balanced, you cannot fix it. Never. It's not possible. Now, tell me, if this Dangote of a man were to be an Igbo man that owns this company, tell me what would have been happening in Nigeria today. Anywhere they see the truck, you burn it. They would have been burning those trucks today in Nigeria if this Dangote company were to be owned by an Igbo man. Are your governors not aware? Are all these your politicians, high-profile politicians and low-profile politicians, are they not aware? Who will talk? Oh, you don't even know that the money you are looking at, that you are thinking is owned by an individual, Dangote, is Nigerian money. Yes, allegedly. It's Nigerian money. It's Nigerian money. All the northern politicians, they use Dangote. All of them are shareholders. They use Dangote to store their money. Look at, now if it were to be an Igbo man, like I said, that been issue, the story would have been a different thing. A ritualist, ritual killing. He's using people for ritual. Money ritual. Blah, 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 blah. Ja, 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 ja. Blah, 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 blah. Yoruba people would have been busy. Listen, you cannot fix Nigeria that is standing or sitting on the keg of a gunpowder, where the equation is not balanced. What are you fixing? Look at what happened in Ghana. Look at what happened in Ghana. How many of you in Nigeria knows that what happened in Ghana was sponsored by Yoruba federal government in Nigeria? Just to tarnish the image of the Igbos. They are still sponsoring that narrative till today. They will look for another country to shift. If you come to talk about crimes in Nigeria, who are the people that commit crime, that do fraud, that commit all this crime more in Nigeria, apart from Yorubas? Who? Tell me. No, if you do your analysis very well, if you want to tell yourselves the truth and look into this matter critically. No, answer this question by yourself. If Dangote were to be an Igbo man, if it were to be an Igbo man that owns this Dangote company, tell me what would have been going on in Nigeria now. The whole social media would have been agog, would have been on fire. Everybody would have been shouting. Those that kept quiet will be talking. Look at one man coming out to the public in a national television saying that VDM is more, compassionate than P2B. That VDM went to Benue. That P2B is waiting until he becomes a governor. He becomes a president before he can go to Benue State. Can you imagine that? No, look at that man and look at that statement. You begin to ask yourself, does this man have brain? If this man have children, what is he telling his children at home? What are his children learning from him? I'm just citing an example. I'm just citing an example. Yes. Well, more is yet to come. I promise you. More is yet to come. I'm not happy how people's lives have been wasted just like that. Young grown-up youths. The last that happened now, when I saw the picture of that girl in the hospital, honestly speaking, I wept. I was asking myself, so this is how the life and the future of this young lady have come to a pause. Don't worry. If not, it may not happen in this 2027. But after 2027, watch out. You may see this thing that I'm going to say now coming to play in Nigeria. That Nigerians will go on their knees begging Dangote to become the president of Nigeria. Nigerians will go on their knees begging Dangote to become the president of Nigeria. Now when I try now. Now when I remember. It's too late to cry over a spilled milk. Too late. Keep whining. I beg. Man, I come out here, Joe.